Well, good evening, guys. Good afternoon and good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome, my friends, to the Stu Waters Show here with Wacky Wednesday. We are going to continue on our walkthrough of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, where we're about to take on the court session to save Maya Fey from being a guilty verdict under her sister's murder. Case now. September 7th. 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. How's Edgeworth? I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. Prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. Prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to this court. Sir! My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts this statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Alright, we got floor plans. This will be heavily involved. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Okay, first testimony. Let's go. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. A witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Very small testimony for that. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. call was from a customer in the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay. Impressed. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue. There were 2 people there already. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime? Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir. Defendant, Miss Maya Fay, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act won't only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. Wow, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Why's that? What's your reason for arresting her? Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough. Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes! Sorry. I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Okay, testimony number 2. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Did you find any evidence? Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen. I'm getting to the good part. I got a bad feeling about this. I found a memo written on the piece of paper next to the victim's body. Oops, hang on, I didn't mean to do that. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, smarty pants? Who? The killer! Anyone could see that. Huh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed! Objection! Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. You have proof it was Mia who wrote that. Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. He sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. What kind of tests were these again? Huh? What kind? Well... I hear they take the, little bits in the blood, the goblins, hermogoblin bobbin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Yeah? I look forward to your next evaluation. As should you. Oh. That was a mess. Right! Where was I? On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective? Right hand! She was right-handed. Nice try. Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Before she died, the killer wrote the killer's name. Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure. It happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Ugh. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess. I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister? Yeah, actually, you've got a point, pal. Objection! Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right. What he said. That's his whole testimony. Okay. There has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. She couldn't have. Well, death was instantaneous. She couldn't have, yeah. Objection! Of course! Detective Gumshoe. There's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it! Who else could have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no but in your way out of this one, Detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Objection! Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Was it the day after? It was the day after the murder. Prosecution point being? That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? The second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? Better choose one of these. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham! How could you give me a faulty report? Huh? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good in your evaluation next month. What? But... Oh. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay. A few minutes. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn! This isn't good! The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Let's see if I can do a proper accent this time. Witness, your name, please. April May! At your service! Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. Witness will refrain from wanton winking. Oh, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? I was like, in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel is directly across from the Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Alright, testimony number 3. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. And the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait! Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm, didn't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. A cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Why did you do that? Huh? Why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, gee. What? That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, I had a feeling. I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Ooh! Objection! Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on kneeling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah! Stop him! Poor girl! Order! Mr. Wright. Get the lads in. Lads are all jumping on Miss May. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? Yeah, that'd be too bad, Bandito. Been pretty good. Did I just call you Bandito? Sorry, Bandit. How you been, Bandit? You been okay? The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey? Mm-hmm. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. I'll take that. Good to hear, man. You play this game? Your thing? And the person attacking her? One attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defender's chair. How do you know she was the defendant? Yeah, she's a good thing to watch, I do agree. Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. Testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. That's right. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yeah, what's the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. Yeah, we got him. Strike one. If you already had witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Gotcha. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of those things. Oh, is it? You're in the casinos here? Testimony's bogus! But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. So did Detective Gumshoe. Did I say this line? What do you say to that, Miss May? Ow! Excuse me, I'm trying to get into character. What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. All right, take two. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. The kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think? How does she know it was a clock? Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. No one ever is. Please begin the cross-examination. Aye. Fishy statements, fishy testimony. So, you saw me then, too? Of course. I remember that spiky hair anyway. Spiky? The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney. Oh, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry. Very well. Continue. There's a dodge, there's a scuffle. Is that right? Is it... Oh, we are going semantics here. Is that right as in you're right as you look from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Oh my god, what kind of question is that? Right! It was my right hand. Right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. And the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. Convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what you... I mean, that's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. What happened then? She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. Where did this weapon come from? She picked it up from the desk. Alright, Bandit. See you in a bit, man. I see. What sort of weapon was it? What kind of statue clock? The thinker, I think? How did you know? How did you know? Yes! I think we got it spot on. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. You said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, guys. Appreciate it. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? Ew. Objection! The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection! Questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Phew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So, what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.? No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I had it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because...
Yeah, the clock's been together.
Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look. Right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat?
Oh, I think you touched the nerve.
Well, Miss May?
Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright.
He knew the clock was empty? Somehow, he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however.
Indeed, the clock is empty.
As you say, it can't ring. However, I must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed.
This one, perfect.
Take that! Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
You have a girly phone. Oh, wait. This isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
Oh, a good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. I should probably tell you. The clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry.
September 5th, 9:27 a.m.
Your Honor, I think this makes it clear that the clock was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, will you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
The witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
The witness claims she had seen it before. This directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please use this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
Maybe not that. Maybe not the conversation. Yeah, it was made by Larry. It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible. Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today?
Oh, she's now unleashed. Uh-oh.
Listen to you, porcupine head! That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh! Silly me. Did I, like, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
Oh, she doesn't know.
Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you held it. This is familiar territory. I'll just use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held that very clock in her hands.
Mr. Wright, when was this?
When she used it to strike the victim. When else?
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. When you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it.
Objection!
Oh, what are you doing, Phoenix? You've just contradicted yourself. There's no cockwork in it.
You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved that the thinker was empty. Oh, of course it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness has a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder. She can't prove it. She did it. It would be my pleasure. No way! Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Didn't the murder take place at 9 o'clock at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service for the hotel bellboy.
Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid! Mr. Wright, you've just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman.
Sorry, Your Honor. That didn't go so well. But if that's the case, how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait! Your Honor, I figured it out. There was one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof.
Well, proof you say? Then, court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock? Please let this be it.
Have a look at this. Oh, that? Found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May? You were tapping the victim, Miss Mia's phone, weren't you not? Oh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous! Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely!
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing.
Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone?
Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah? I think I can! It's simple!
What?
Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... She said, that's the script right there. It's a clock. She said, it's a clock. It's a clock. What is wrong with you?
Oh, sorry. I didn't do that.
Presents the defendant's cell phone.
We've seen... Oh, no, don't come for this.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Yeah, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like a statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time.
Boom.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous.
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May.
Shut up! All of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer? It's no fair. All of you gang up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Is that it? I did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Miss May, why don't you tap her phone? Answer the question! Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant? Gah! She's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May? Red. Red's the winner. Go for it, Bandit. If I'm wrong, you blame it on me. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court?
At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room, getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well... Oh, come on, think of something. On with the cross-examination.
What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright?
Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap.
Yes.
That bears no relevance to the case at hand. Murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. So, I think this can't be the end, but I'm out of evidence.
I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call?
None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? That means...
They make the wrong decision.
Myra's guilty? Wait! Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright?
The defense would like to call the bellboy after all.
As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then, by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition?
Edgeworth. He's got me backed into a corner. I don't see any other way to take this. I accept.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 o'clock in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right. I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Hold it! What exactly is it that you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests. I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim?
Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
I think there's something hidden going on here. Bandit, I certainly think there's something odd going on.
Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I... The point being, I remember her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
Hold it!
9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock? Time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course.
Hold it!
Precisely 9 o'clock, then? Precisely. Exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
Hold it!
You were sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir. See, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrasser, sir. Embrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. But not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe, perhaps, she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
I can't let this happen. Can I? Wait! Please wait!
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question. That's all.
Okay. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask her about? Tell me again about, room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I get delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. Guests have requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. See. Huh? $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know? We don't skip on the ice, sir. Duh! What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite. Indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Oh! You fool!
I've done it. I've won! Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Would you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was...
the bellboy.
It was the bellboy, and none other.
Oh, this comes as some surprise.
Your Honor, Mr. Wright, it was the bellboy who confirmed Miss May's alibi.
And this in turn confirms the bellboy's alibi. He was in the hotel. Oh, shoot.
Well, sure. You put it that way.
I do put it that way, and I trust you will too.
What if they were in cahoots?
You have evidence of this?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright.
Sorry, Your Honor. Give me one more chance.
It was... the man with Miss May?
The man who checked in with Miss May.
Oh.
Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself is an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
My. What a convenient little setup. But it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other men from this court!
Oh! Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of my Faye. Court is adjourned.
Can I not save it? Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. And again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? Face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine. You say so. So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. Hold on a second. I want to see if you can see it.
Guys, I'm gonna actually save it here. I'll go back. I'll finish this section.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
You think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis.
Don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. And we'll check this out next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you saw, you can subscribe to the channel. And you can also check me out on my social media platforms, which is Facebook, Stu Waters, Twitter @StuWatersHype, and of course I got my Twitch channel as well, where you can check out 5 days a week some great video game content. That's on twitch.tv/StuWaters. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Ta-da!